What's going on, guys? It's Greg here, aka NYPrepper. It is Tuesday, September 10th, 2024, and I have an emergency alert to share with you guys. Right now it is 2023 Eastern Time in the United States, and I'm actually recording this from Poland. So we have some major breaking news coming in from Eastern Europe. There was a massive Ukrainian drone attack on Moscow yesterday. It was so bad that flights to and from Moscow had to be halted due to the swarm of Ukrainian drones. There were multiple Ukrainian drones that hit high-rise buildings in the Moscow area, and there was some very clear video footage that unfortunately I can't show you of this massive explosive drone flying into an apartment block, and apparently this drone killed one child. That's what the Russian side is saying. So another massive drone attack on Moscow, causing all the flights to be grounded in the Moscow region yesterday or earlier today. And for the first time ever, Ukrainian drones hit the Domodedovo International Airport in Moscow, which is the second largest airport in Moscow after the Sheremetyevo Airport. Okay, so second largest airport in Moscow was hit by Ukrainian drones. Multiple Ukrainian drones hitting the Moscow region, causing flights to be grounded. There were also attacks in other parts of Russia, in the Bryansk region, and the Kursk region, and the Oryol region. Ukrainian drones struck all those areas. And before I continue with the breaking news, I just wanted to mention the sponsor for this update, which is My Patriot Supply. Guys, My Patriot Supply is doing a 25% discount on their mega 3-month emergency food supply. And to get the deal, you got to go to preparewithnyprepper.com, and the link is in the description below this video. But this is basically like their normal 3-month emergency food supply with some extra stuff. Is freeze-dried, so it lasts 25 years. It's packaged in rugged, watertight buckets that don't take up a lot of space. So it's just a no-brainer. So use the link preparewithnyprepper.com to get 25% off of the My Patriot Supply Mega 3-month emergency food supply. So this is a very serious escalation. And earlier today or yesterday, for me, the White House confirmed that Russia received Iranian Fatah 360 short-range ballistic missiles and may use them within weeks against Ukraine. Okay, so the White House confirming the rumors that Iran was going to give Russia short-range ballistic missiles. Now, 2 days ago, Ukraine threatened devastating consequences if Iran were to do this. So we'll see what Ukraine does. And also Israel promised to give Ukraine precision weapons if Iran gave Russia those missiles. And the U.S. also threatened Iran if they were to give these missiles to Russia. So this is a very serious escalation. We have Ukraine striking Moscow, causing all flights to be grounded, striking their second largest airport. Okay, Iran giving Russia short-range missiles. And now, even more concerning, we have reports that it looks like the U.S. is about to approve long-range weapons for Ukraine. President Joe Biden said Tuesday he was quote-unquote working on the possibility of authorizing Ukraine to use long-range U.S.-made missiles against Russia after Western powers said Iran was delivering missiles to Moscow. We're working that out right now, Biden told reporters as he left the White House for New York after being asked if he would lift restrictions on the use of long-range weapons by Ukraine. So Biden saying that they're working on it right now. And also U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken and the UK Foreign Secretary will be traveling to Kyiv on 9/11. That's tomorrow, or today actually, here in Eastern Europe. and apparently they're going to give Ukraine the green light to use these long-range missiles deep inside of Russian territory. Now, 2 weeks ago, the Ukrainian defense minister brought a list of targets to the U.S. He met with Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin, and he presented to him a list of targets that they want to strike. So it looks like they got the approval, guys. This is very, very concerning. And this was also confirmed by House Foreign Affairs Chairman Michael McCaul, who said in an interview yesterday that, quote, "I talked to Blinken 2 days ago, and he is traveling with his counterpart from the UK to Kyiv to basically tell them that they will allow them to hit Russia with ATACMS." Okay, so very serious escalations going on. I'm very, very concerned that in the coming weeks and months we could see mushroom clouds over Ukraine, possibly also Russia lobbing missiles into NATO. And a group of key House Republicans have written to Biden urging him to lift the restrictions on the use of U.S.-provided long-range weapons. This is being reported by CNN. So several key House Republicans, Republicans asking Biden to lift restrictions on the use of long-range weapons. And a U.S. official said that already several hundred ATACMS have been used by Ukraine. Okay, so they've already used several hundred ATACMS. That's a lot. And France, the UK, and Germany said in a joint statement on Tuesday that they will be imposing new and significant measures against Iran now that they have confirmation that Iran has transferred ballistic missiles to Russia. We will be taking immediate steps to cancel bilateral air services agreements with Iran. In addition, we will pursue the designations of significant entities and individuals involved with Iran's ballistic missile program and the transfer of ballistic missiles and other weapons to Russia. We will also work towards imposing sanctions on Iran Air. Okay, so France, UK, and Germany canceling all their flights to Iran, putting sanctions on the Iranian ballistic missile program. And we currently have U.S. nuclear forces on high alert again today. And I want to just play a sound clip for you from a European radio station that's picking up what sounds like either data or an over-the-horizon radar that is blaring on the primary nuclear war frequency used by the United States and NATO. So let me play this for you. So sounds like either a Russian nuclear war radar is active and it's bleeding into the primary nuclear war frequency used by U.S. nuclear forces, or it could be some kind of encrypted data that the U.S. is transmitting to nuclear forces in the European theater. Very alarming. We had a lot of Cobra Ball planes and nuke sniffer planes in the air today. We had 2 Cobra Balls airborne over the U.S. and Canada, and the Cobra Balls are used to detect and track missiles. We also had 2 nuke sniffers, and the nuke sniffers are used to detect radiation in the atmosphere. One flew to Alaska, and then one was flying in the Midwest with its transponder off, so that's very concerning as well. We also have 2 nuclear war command and control planes up in the air this evening. We also had a lot of sub-hunting activity going on off the U.S. East Coast earlier today. Here you can see as many as 4 P-8 Poseidon sub-hunters patrolling the East Coast. Okay, look at this, guys. 2 of them flew from Jacksonville, went all the way up to Nova Scotia, turned around and came back. Then we had another one that went out into Cape Cod. And then there was also this U.S. Navy recon drone patrolling the coast of North Carolina. So lots of sub-hunting activity going on off the U.S. East Coast. Here's another shot showing more sub-hunters here in New England and aerial refuelers. And then we also have a sub-hunter active tonight off the coast of Orlando doing loops here. We had 2 sub-hunters fly out into the Gulf of Mexico earlier today. And then we had another sub-hunter off the coast of Washington State here. This is very concerning as well because we have 2/3 of our nuclear-armed subs in Washington State at the Bangor Kitsap base. There's also the Trident missile storage facility there, so we're definitely on high alert patrolling this base, making sure that no Russian recon subs are going there. We also had a lot of reconnaissance activity around Iceland last night and again in Poland and the Baltics. So here you can see an E-3 AWACS plane that took off from Norway, flew up to Iceland and was looping just north of Iceland. And at the same time, we had a combat scent plane from Mildenhall flying off the coast of Kaliningrad. Now, a combat scent plane is used to provide intelligence directly to the President and the Joint Chiefs. We only have 2 of them in the U.S. Air Force, so if one of them is up in the air, it means that something serious is going on. And then we also had a Swedish reconnaissance plane patrolling the border of Russia and Poland in northern Poland. So the situation here in Eastern Europe is very, very tense. Okay, just 2 days ago, Russia sent a drone 50 miles into Latvia. 50 miles, guys. Not 1 mile, not 2 miles, not 5 miles. 50 miles, okay? And then in addition to that, Lithuania is preparing a mass evacuation plan that's going to be ready as soon as early October. So obviously NATO knows that something is going on because they're preparing for something, okay? Lithuania preparing a mass evacuation plan, mining their border with Russia along the Niemen River. Here's another AWACS plane that was patrolling just north of Iceland. And then there was also Magma 10, an RQ-4 Global Hawk that went up to Iceland as well. So we actually had 3 recon planes patrolling around Iceland last night and earlier today. Very, very concerning. And then also a sub-hunter from Norway went towards the Russian Northern Fleet in the Kola Peninsula. Here's the RQ-4 Global Hawk circling Iceland. Very, very concerning and very unusual. Usually when this RQ-4 is airborne, it means something serious is going on. This one with the call sign Magma 10 is usually a high priority reconnaissance drone. And then here's a close-up look at the recon in Poland and the Baltic Sea near Kaliningrad. Very, very concerning. And yesterday, the IDF presented extensive preparations for full-scale war against Hezbollah in Lebanon to U.S. General Kurilla, the CENTCOM chief. Kurilla visited the IDF Northern Command headquarters and met senior Israeli officers. The scope of the IDF plan is literally full-scale war. So very serious, guys. Okay, the IDF is preparing for a full-scale war against Hezbollah, and the U.S. Embassy's logistics center near Baghdad Airport was targeted by 2 missiles earlier, and Saudi Arabia has officially reopened its embassy in Damascus, marking the end of a 12-year diplomatic break, so that's bad. Okay, Saudi Arabia cozying up with Syria, an ally of Russia, very concerning. And the IAEA Director General Rafael Grossi, that's the nuclear watchdog agency of the UN, discussed ongoing increases in Iran's enriched uranium stockpiles and noted that Iran has not resolved outstanding safeguards issued with the IAEA on September the 9th in Vienna, Austria. IAEA Director General Rafael Grossi highlighted an ongoing increase in Iran's 20% and 60% enriched uranium reserves, citing the IAEA's May 2024 report on Iran's nuclear program. Grossi said there has been no progress in resolving the outstanding safeguards issues with Iran and that the IAEA has limited awareness of the current locations of Iran's nuclear material and equipment. Grossi stated that Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian agreed to a bilateral meeting in the near future to resume dialogue and cooperation between the IAEA and Iran. So very concerning. The IAEA has limited awareness of current locations of Iran's nuclear program. Okay, very concerning. And Iran has not resolved outstanding safeguards issues. Want to just turn your attention to the United States. We have Hurricane Francine heading towards Louisiana. Looks like it's going to hit New Orleans and the eastern part of Louisiana and Mississippi, and then it's going to weaken into a tropical storm. Here's the current rainfall forecast. You can see several inches of rain forecasted for the southeastern part of Louisiana. And that's the latest breaking news that I have. I might be back tomorrow with another update. I'm not 100% sure if I will. I am on vacation in Poland. I do have my 24/7 stream ongoing right now with EAMs, flight trackers, and cameras and breaking news updates. So you can check out my 24/7 stream. And until the next time, take care, God bless, and don't forget the 3 Ps: prepare, practice, and persevere.